Good morning. Look around you. Look at the faces in this room. You see complexity, you see quiet resolve, you see the subtle signs of a life being all its messy, real-time glory. Now, in your mind's eye, open your phone. Scroll. What do you see? Beaming smiles against turquoise water. Impeccable avocado toast. A celebration of a promotion. A flawlessly decorated home. A couple radiantly in love. A gym transformation, chiseled and triumphant. We are living in the age of a new universal language, the language of curated happiness. It is broadcast from our pockets, splashed across our screens, and it has become the background radiation of our daily lives. But I am here today to pose a difficult, urgent question. What is the cost of this epidemic of counterfeit joy? What does it do to us, the regular people, the audience and unwilling performers in this global theater? When the dominant narrative of human experience becomes a fiction of flawless fulfillment. This is not a simple lament about only posting their best moments. It is a deep interrogation of a systemic phenomenon, the spread of fake happiness and its profound, corrosive impact on our psychology, our relationships, and our very understanding of what it means to live a good life. Part 1. The architecture of illusion. First, we must understand this isn't accidental. It is engineered. Social media platforms are not neutral town squares. They are engagement engines. Their currency is attention, and their algorithm favors what triggers a reaction. Perfection, aspiration, and envy are potent fuels. A polished, happy post garners likes, the digital dopamine hit that validates the poster and keeps the scroller locked in. This creates a vicious cycle. We post our highlight reel because that's what gets rewarded, which in turn sets the standard for everyone else. The feed becomes a fictional narrative, a continuous scroll of third-act resolutions with none of the first-act struggles or second-act conflicts. This fake happiness manifests in many forms. It is the performative perfection of the spotless kitchen, the always patient parent, the endlessly passionate hustle. It is the commodified well-being, #blessed, #gratitude, attached not to deep feeling, but to a new purchase or a privileged experience. It is the toxic positivity that silences authentic distress with empty platitudes, good vibes only. Just think positive. This culture doesn't just share joy. It mandates it, creating a tyranny of optimism where negative emotions are seen as a personal failure, a glitch in the personal brand. Part 2. The psychological fallout, the audience's anguish. And what happens to us, the regular people, as we consume this endless stream of fabricated felicity? We are plunged into what social scientists call the comparison trap. But this is no longer comparing ourselves to our neighbor's new car. It is comparing our raw, unedited behind the scenes to everyone else's slick director's cut premiere. We compare our loneliness to their social whirlwind, our financial anxiety to their apparent abundance, our quiet night in to their exotic adventure. The research is unequivocal. This drives increased rates of depression, anxiety, and loneliness. We feel less than. We feel we are falling behind in a race we never signed up for, the race to appear happy. This leads to a devastating phenomenon, the impoverishment of our own experience. When we constantly view our lives through the distorting lens of the highlight reel, our ordinary moments, the quiet cup of coffee, the productive work morning, the simple walk feel inadequate, even worthless. They are not post-worthy. We cease to value the texture of real life, the boring, the difficult, the subtly beautiful, because it doesn't translate into the binary language of likes. Our lived reality becomes a draft, forever awaiting revision into something more impressive. Furthermore, it erodes self-compassion and authentic selfhood. When everyone seems to be winning, our own struggles feel like singular defects. We hide our doubts, our failures, our bad days, fearing they will break the spell. We begin to curate not just our feeds, but our own self-perception, disowning the parts that don't fit the happy narrative. We fragment. The authentic self goes into shadow, and the curated avatar takes the stage, creating a profound inner dissonance. Part 3. The social collapse, from connection to performance. This crisis extends from our inner world to our social fabric. Social media, sold as a tool for connection, has become a stage for performative relating. Relationships become props. Friendships are quantified by birthday posts. Romance is a public performance of grand gestures, missing the private, unphotographed acts of daily kindness. Grief is expressed in sanitized RIP posts, often skipping the messy, silent solidarity that true mourning requires. We lose the bravery of vulnerability. True connection is born in the spaces where we say, "Me too, I struggle with that also." But fake happiness culture silences that. It creates a collective secret. I am not as happy as I seem. Yet, because everyone is keeping the same secret, we feel profoundly alone in our imperfection. We are surrounded by smiling masks, and we polish our own, deepening the isolation. This also fuels a crippling fear of missing out, FOMO. That is really a fear of not being seen to be living. We don't just want the experience, we want the credential of the experience, the proof that we, too, are part of the happy narrative. Life becomes a checklist of photo ops lived through a viewfinder for an audience. Part 4. Reclaiming the Real, a Path Forward. So, is the solution to delete our accounts and retreat to a cabin? For some, perhaps. But the genie is out of the bottle. The more practical, revolutionary act is to consciously recalibrate our relationship with these tools and with happiness itself. First, we must redefine happiness. True happiness is not a permanent, photogenic state of glee. It is a fleeting emotion, one among many. Well-being is deeper. It is meaning, purpose, connection, and the full spectrum of human emotion. It includes sadness that honors loss, anger that defends boundaries, and boredom that sparks creativity. We must champion a digital humanism that values authenticity over approval. Second, we must become critical consumers of content. We must scroll with the question, what is the intent behind this post? Is it to connect or to boast? To share a genuine moment or to construct an image? We can curate our own feeds, mute, unfollow, seek out accounts that share struggles, complexity, and real growth. Follow the poet, the thinker, the scientist, the imperfect parent. Third, and most importantly, we must practice radical authenticity. This is not about oversharing trauma. It is about small acts of bravery. It's posting a picture where you don't look perfect. It's sharing a setback alongside a success. It's texting a friend, "Actually, I'm having a tough day." When one person drops the mask, it gives others permission to do the same. Be the catalyst in your own circle. We must also invest in analog life. Have conversations that leave no digital trace. Develop hobbies no one will ever applaud. Sit with an emotion without announcing it. Find validation internally, in the quiet knowledge of a day lived with integrity, not externally, in the fluctuating metrics of a platform. Conclusion: the courage for the uncurated life. In the end, the spread of fake happiness is a collective trauma we are inflicting upon ourselves with the very tools meant to bring us together. It is selling us a story that our humanity, with its doubts, its wrinkles, its quiet joys, and its loud sorrows, is insufficient. But we are not insufficient. Our ordinary lives are not failures of imagination. The mess is where the meaning is. The struggle is where strength is forged. The unphotographed, unspoken moments of kindness, of perseverance, of simply showing up, that is the bedrock of a life truly well lived. Let us refuse the counterfeit. Let us have the courage to be mediocre online, so we can be extraordinary offline. Let us trade the brittle mask of fake happiness for the resilient, beautiful, and flawed reality of being human. Let us build a new narrative, one where a tear is as powerful as a smile, where asking for help is as respected as showing strength, and where true connection is built not on the illusion of perfect happiness, but on the sacred, solid ground of shared, real experience. The most revolutionary act you can commit today is to live a life so rich, so deep, so genuinely yours, that it becomes utterly uninteresting to post about.